Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Julia, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing all the Colleen Ballinger drama. It's been transpiring for the past almost 2 weeks. And so there's just so much going on. Before I get into it, I also want to draw attention to my second channel, on my lifestyle and faith channel. I've started posting on there again. So I'd love, if you're interested, that if you check it out and subscribe. And yeah, so let's get on with this drama. So if you have no idea who Colleen Ballinger is, let me take you back. So Colleen Ballinger is one of the OG YouTubers, like from literally the first generation, first era of YouTube. So we're talking Shane Dawson, even though we don't like him. We're talking Jenna Marbles, we're talking Nika Higa, Kev Jumba, like that era of people. And she was really well respected in the YouTube community for years, pretty much since her inception. She plays a character called Miranda Sings, and Miranda Sings is basically a very delusional, crazy, just egregious character who has really big red lipstick and likes to tease people, mock people, just be crazy. And so she was seen as very funny. She would go on comedy tours and go on like one-woman shows, and she would go on the Tonight Show. She released a book. She really gained a lot of favor in the public. She even made a cameo on Victoria's, and that's when I remember really seeing like, whoa, this woman is really big.
So what I'm gonna do now is freaka.
Like, she made a cameo on my show, and I didn't like her, by the way. I'm just gonna keep it real. I didn't like Colleen. I just thought Miranda Sings was an annoying character, and I couldn't see the appeal, but I was like, whatever, it is what it is. We move, huh? So I kind of want to start from the beginning of the drama, and I'm kind of going to start with Colleen's marriage to Joshua Evans. They divorced, they married in 2015 and they divorced really soon after. They had a joint YouTube channel called Psycho Soprano. They eventually stopped posting videos together, and fans started to speculate about what happened, and Colleen kept it pretty diplomatic at the time, saying that they just had a lot of stress going on, especially being in the public eye, so that kind of led to their split. But then she went on, eventually trashing him to her underage fans. So we're gonna get into that right now. So what I just mentioned before is just a little sliver of the drama that's ensuing now. And this has to do with Adam McIntyre. So this isn't even really drama. I even feel weird calling this drama. This is a travesty. This is a travesty. Like, this isn't drama. This is a travesty, because you have an older woman. She's in her 30s. She's like 36, 37, who is in her 30s, having underage fans do her dirty work, making fun of underage fans, being very inappropriate with underage fans. And I hate how YouTube has their whole censorship thing going on with AdSense and blah, blah, blah. So I have to be pretty careful about how I speak, okay? But she has been extremely inappropriate with her fans for several years. And people have called this out within the past couple of years, but it didn't really start getting attention until Adam McIntyre made a video. And Adam McIntyre basically said that he was right about everything with Colleen. So Adam McIntyre made a video in 2020, essentially exposing Colleen and discussing all of the disgusting things that she would do and say to him. And this is at a time, he's 17. He's realizing, whoa, I was manipulated by my idol. Because mind you, he was a huge fan of Colleen. I was manipulated by my idol for years. I was basically used as a lapdog. I was manipulated, I was harassed, I was put down by this woman, I was doing free labor for this woman, and now I'm gonna speak the truth. But at the time, all of Colleen's fans went after him. No one really was on his side, no one really backed him up, and he dealt with a lot. When I tell you, this kid literally had the weight of the world on his shoulders. He dealt with so much, with people just saying, oh, you're a liar, you're just doing this for clout, you're da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And Colleen comes out with an apology video a few weeks later, and everyone's on her side at the time. And so it was just a lot of drama. But Adam made another video in response to a person named Cody Tyler. So Cody Tyler comes out, who was one of Colleen's huge friends, huge confidant. Cody comes out and is like, you know what? Colleen's a horrible person. Colleen is a manipulator. Colleen is this. Colleen's creepy. Colleen's all these things. And the thing is, Cody could have defended Adam back in the day, because Cody was fully aware of Colleen's nastiness, was fully aware of it, and knew that Adam was right. But lips were sealed, and Cody allowed Adam to take the brunt of all of the drama, all of the hate, which was just disgusting. Mind you, Cody is older as well. Cody is around Colleen's age, just about 2 years younger than Colleen. So then in Colleen's apology video, she apologized for sending fans underwear. So she sent Adam some underwear that she had and joked about it on a live stream, and even knew that his parents were gonna look at that like, what the heck is wrong with you?
the end of the live stream, I was done giving away clothes, and then this boy who made this video about me recently, he asked for the underwear.
Yay, we picked people. I think that's enough.
Did that boy win these or not?
I don't know. He has to tell me what he wants.
What do you say? Is he being mean?
You laugh. I want to send him something. Do you want the bra, Adam?
Do you want the bra and panties? Tweet right now.
I'm sending him something. Okay, maybe he'll want the panties. Although then his parents will be like, you're not allowed to watch who is sending you panties.
She joked about it. Colleen joked about it and sent underwear. And Colleen was saying, oh yeah, that wasn't a smart thing, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, but that, you know, all these horrible things, all the racist things I said, creepy things I said, that was 10 years ago, that was 5 years ago, I was so much younger back then. Mind you, Colleen is a 37, I believe, year-old woman. Colleen is old enough to know back then Colleen was in her late 20s. And I'm just so sick and tired of people using the back then excuse. Now, I'm one that doesn't want to just full-on cancel somebody for things that they said in the past. You know, I get that 2012, 2013 was a different time, but I remember back then I was in high school back in around that time, 2012, 2013, and I feel like at that time people were starting to become more aware. You couldn't just be a complete horrible misogynistic prick. Like you couldn't be a horrible misogynistic creepy prick back then, okay? Like I hate how people like to use that as an excuse, and Colleen used that as an excuse in her entire apology video and really got people to sympathize with her. And Adam calls this out. So yes, getting into 2023, Adam made a response video and brought out all the receipts. I'm talking receipt after receipt after receipt, DMs, voice messages, the whole nine. He brought out the entire football field, okay? And Adam said that Colleen wanted to see pictures of his butt. And Colleen would also trauma dump on her fans. So there was a group chat with a lot of Colleen's underage fans. I believe the group chat was called the Weenies, and Adam was included in this group chat. They were all underage, and Colleen would trauma dump about her marriage to them. She would complain about men aren't supposed to treat you like this and blah, 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 and basically talk all about her problems as if she doesn't have, do you not have women your age you can talk to, a therapist you can talk to, but you're talking to a bunch of kids about your marital drama and getting validation from these kids saying, oh my gosh, Colleen, you don't deserve that. Oh my gosh. I couldn't imagine dumping about my relationship, not in a relationship, but if I was, I couldn't imagine going to a kid about it. I would not say even a word. That is none of their business. Things going on in your marriage really shouldn't be anyone's business anyway, unless you really need help, unless like there's something really traumatic or serious going on and you need the help of a professional or something. But it shouldn't even be anyone's business, let alone children. So Adam also exposed Colleen's best friend, Corey, in this video, these series of videos that he uploaded, and he talked about how Corey was extremely manipulative. A lot of fans started to leak a lot of the messages in the group chat that made them uncomfortable. You know, all of the sexual things that were said, a lot of the inappropriateness, and so fans started to talk about it, and Corey threatened to block all of these kids. And you know, Adam said in his video, okay, blocking's not really a big deal, but when you're that obsessed with Colleen, when you're that obsessed with these adults, you're gonna do anything to please them, and them threatening to block you is like freaking Mount Everest crashing and destroying. So Corey in the group chat would say things like, I love you guys, and I know you guys are young, but I'm a loser and I don't have any friends. I just really love these people. You guys are just so wonderful, and you know, buttering them up. Corey nor Colleen cared about them whatsoever. They would just butter them up. Adam also showed receipts of Colleen asking young girls when they got their first period, what did it feel like? Oh, what did your period feel like? Oh, mine felt like this. And she also was making fun of a fan that got a tattoo of her. So according to Adam, she was always making fun of underage fans, and Adam would do this with her because Adam was manipulated. He was a kid, he didn't realize just the gravity of what he was doing. So they would be making fun of underage fans. There was a fan that got a tattoo of Colleen on her arm or some part of her body, and Colleen would make fun of her saying, oh, why would she do that? He also detailed a time where he was supposed to see Colleen in Dublin, Ireland. And mind you, Adam is from Derry, Northern Ireland. So Dublin is like a whole new world. His parents also were kind of unfamiliar with Dublin. And so Colleen basically left Adam alone. Colleen bailed on him for lunch. They had all these plans for the day, and Colleen basically bounced on him. And what's crazy is that, you know, Adam says that his mom was there the whole time. So they were gonna drop off Adam at this like lunch spot that they were supposed to be at. Adam's mom had a bad feeling about Colleen. Like the parents were kind of like, yo, she's just giving you the runaround. She doesn't really care about you. She told you were gonna meet here, then she went to lunch without you. And so Adam's mom stayed on the other side of the street, like kind of just stayed hidden to just keep watch what was going on. And Colleen ended up leaving him, and Adam had no idea where he was going. He felt he was totally lost in a brand new city, and he was only 15 years old. So he starts freaking out because he didn't have any means of being able to contact his family. But luckily, again, his mom was nearby, so she came over and, you know, everything was fine. But imagine if the mother wasn't there. So that's just mother's intuition, motherly instinct right there. So it just goes to show, like, you're gonna literally abandon a underage fan. It was just terrible, just crazy. Adam also discussed again about how Colleen would basically butter all of them up just to see what she could get out of them. Butter up the fans, making them seem like, oh my goodness, you guys are the most amazing people ever, I love you guys, and then wouldn't pay them, and then would make fun of them, and would make sexually explicit jokes about them. So I also wanted to read some comments that I received from you guys because I asked on my community tab if you guys wanted to hear about the situation. And this was about a week ago. So more stuff has come out since these comments have been posted, but I still just wanted to share a few that really stuck out to me because I think they also bring up other great conversations. So this first comment I want to read is by LPS Fudge and MLP TV, and this reads, yes please, she hurt so many kids. I was just a regular fan and I supported her and defended her during 2020 because of the parasocial relationship I had with her, like she has with all her fans. And now in the past year and a half, I've opened my eyes and seen who she really is and that this is what she does. It's so hard for her fans to stop supporting her or even see her in a negative light, because to cut her off would be the equivalent to cutting off your best friend or sister. Explaining that to them is like trying to get an alcoholic to realize that they are an addict, or someone in an abusive relationship to realize that they are being abused. They don't want to hear it. I didn't, and I wasn't even a stan. They don't realize that she doesn't love them because she doesn't actually know them, and she probably never will. Her constantly showing her kids was what pushed me away, but now OMG, she's so disgusting. She really doesn't care for kids at all. I just hope her fans like Adam and Cody can get justice and closure now, and Colleen can get taken off the internet for good. So again, what's ironic about this comment is that we all know that Cody doesn't deserve to be trusted or supported or anything like that. But what I really found interesting about this comment is, I think, a huge crux of the matter here, and that's parasocial relationships. And I just really believe that this is something that needs to be addressed on a wider scale. I think we need to do like real studies. I'm sure psychological studies have already been done on this, but I really think that this needs to be discussed on a wider scale when it comes to the regulation of social media for children, because you can have these older adults and they think because, oh my gosh, you're my idol, you do this, you do that, that anything they do is supported. Anything they do is like amazing. And I just think it's scary because even Beyonce could murder someone, right? Beyonce could probably go commit a murder, and you would have her beehive support her because Beyonce's pretty much worshipped. Like so many people love her so much. And so I just think this is a bigger issue that needs to be spoken on, the fact that we need to really teach children the separation between what this person puts out and their actual character. And I think there needs to be a separation. If you're a creator online, you need to have that separation as well between yourself and your fans. I mean, you can love your fans, support your fans, be appreciative of them, but it's like you shouldn't have such an enmeshed viewpoint on them that you are so dependent on them the way Colleen was and doing all this crazy, creepy stuff. I just think at the end of the day, like, everyone is human, and I feel like we really need to teach children that these are just people at the end of the day. The only difference is their status and their bank account. That's what we need to teach kids, okay? Like, that's what we need to, like, that needs to be taught everywhere. Another comment was by @IzzyC127. Please do it. I was never a fan of her back in middle school, neither was I. But when Adam McIntyre came out with his video in 2020, I believed him because all victims, regardless of their gender, should be believed by everyone. And I definitely agree with that. I really think that victims should be believed. However, and this isn't related to this situation because obviously Colleen is not, obviously Colleen is really a perpetrator here, but I definitely believe that when it comes to victims, we should believe them, especially upon the first report. But I do believe that everything needs thorough investigation because we do have people that like to slander and like to lie and frame people. And so I believe that everything should be investigated to the fullest extent of the law, and every case deserves that justice of really righteous combing through of the evidence. Again, I believe victims should be believed no matter what. Like, what, you're gonna have a kid come up to you and say, this happened to me, that happened to me, and you're not gonna believe them right away? Or somebody, maybe like a close friend, says this happened and you're just gonna immediately not believe them? That's crazy. But I do think that everything deserves the full extent of the law in terms of combing through it and evidence, because people have been lied on and their lives have been ruined over false accusations. So just wanted to also say that. And the last comment I wanted to read was the fact that she didn't get canceled for sending a minor underwear is really weird. I don't understand how she didn't get canceled for that either. I don't care what kind of apology you could give. There's nothing that would justify something like that. And the fact that she laughed about it on her live stream shows that she knew it was already screwed up. So I don't care what kind of justification you can give. Nothing can justify something that weird. So yeah, that was just me wanting to read some of y'all comments, and let's get back to the video. There was also a video that recently came out of Colleen at a show with underage fans. And so she had a girl come up on stage, put her in a suggestive position, and then played a sound effect as if the girl farted. And mind you, this girl was wearing a skirt. This girl details how this situation, I believe her name was Becky. Becky detailed how horrible this situation was, how when she got off stage and she was walking out of the venue, a lot of older men were looking at her, detailing kind of just how violated she felt.
If you've never been to a Miranda show, Colleen frequently has segments where she calls people up on stage. One of those segments was the porn bit, which I'm not really going to be explaining in this video, but that's why I was kind of trying to dress skimpy so that I would be called up on stage and basically get degraded by Miranda. But I did not get called up for that. I got called up for the yoga challenge. Now, as soon as I stood up from the audience, I saw Colleen's eyes widen because she realized I was not wearing pants. But for some reason, that didn't stop her from continuing. In fact, no adult at any point stepped in this situation. So we get to the point in the yoga challenge where I am laying down and Colleen is spreading my legs basically as far as she can. She spreads them so far that you can see the spandex I was wearing under my romper, which thank God I was wearing. Now, the original video posted by Xandar, I'm sorry if I pronounced her name wrong, is only a screenshot, but there is a whole video of this. But that screenshot is the most important because that is the moment I will never forget, where I was laying under Colleen and she was smirking down at me while thousands of people were laughing, and I was terrified that my body wasn't covered up enough by the spandex or the romper. I basically felt naked, so it felt incredibly violating. I was younger and my body was still developing and I was still becoming comfortable with myself, so for her to use my body as entertainment on stage really set my confidence back quite a lot. And not to mention, after all this, after the show, I had to walk back to my car where there was many men staring at me in a very predatory way that they were not looking at me before because of how exposed I had been on stage.
I also found some old videos of Colleen and JoJo Siwa. So JoJo was like a huge, child star. Found videos of Colleen and JoJo where Colleen was making a lot of jokes about her vagina, and I already feel like someone in the comments is gonna say like, oh, don't refer to JoJo's vagina as a vagina, but the thing is, I believe that we should use the real words. We shouldn't be censoring vagina. Like, kids need to know the real names of their body parts, okay? Like, I just believe in that. She would touch her a lot, and it was just really creepy.
Next thing is you are not supposed to dress when you are dancing, and I can see your entire legs. Stop it! You're like 5 years old. Position, second position, third position, split. Whoa! Did you hurt your tukey? What's a tukey? Also, I'm just now realizing your shirt says milk all over it.
You do not like
You drink milk?
Yes.
You know that comes from a private part?
Do you drink milk when you were a kid?
No, I did not.
Well, you never
And my mom tried to make me drink that, and I would be like, get away, pervert. I'm not drinking that out of your private.
Whoa!
Whoa!
You beat that.
We need to stop before she hurts her tukey permanently. You need to protect the tukey.
The tukey's getting unprotected by this leotard.
Alrighty, so there you go. That's how to dance, and I'm pretty positive that I won the dance off because now you have no more tukey left.
There's also videos of Colleen throwing a temper tantrum with her family. So she would throw a bunch of temper tantrums. She would, just get really angry.
All the cookies now.
Not yet, they're not ready. Not ready.
I got in trouble.
And now it's come out that Adam has now filed a police report because a lot of Colleen Ballinger's fans are now attacking him for everything that he's been saying. And so he's had to, file a police report because they're threatening to storm his house. They're threatening to, do a lot of terrible things. And so I just feel really bad for Adam. This whole situation is just insane. I feel like I'm trying to cover as much as I can without making it too long, but there's just so much going on. And I feel really bad for Adam because this is a nightmare. This sort of situation should never happen. You are an adult, and the fact that Colleen was so dependent on these kids and would manipulate them to that extent, and then she still was a lonely person, still a lonely, nervous wreck. You know, if you go on the Reddit forums, a lot of people are discussing how in a lot of Colleen's videos, she was always a nervous wreck in them. She was always over-explaining herself, and I think she knew that her time was up. Even Shane Dawson, there's even a video that came out of Shane Dawson admitting, saying, if only y'all knew Colleen's real personality, how sick and evil she is.
Colleen is the best because she needs 10 of these fans. She is the most hateful, shadiest. I love her. Like, whenever we hang out, literally the first words out of her mouth are, okay, like, what do you got? Who do you hate? Who's next? Like, just going in on everybody. I love it.
She's just a really evil woman, really sick woman. She hasn't said anything. It's been over a week now, the allegations. Sponsors are pulling out. You know, she's really under a lot of fire, and I really hope that this will be the end of her, honestly, the end of her career. You know, I'm hoping this will be the end of her career. Just to manipulate somebody like this, to send underwear to minors, to this, like, I don't know. So I hope you guys like this video. I'm sure I'm going to be making an update because there's a lot more going on, but I tried to cover this the best I can. I mean, this is like 5 years of stuff in the making, and I'm very proud of Adam for standing up and saying, you know what, enough's enough. And I'm gonna say what I gotta say no matter what anybody else thinks. And luckily the internet is now on his side. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.